All right, Big Bang. Today is Wednesday. It's April 30th. Welcome to the Dog Walk, presented by Barstool Sports. Free Sim Wednesday. How is everybody doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Ed.
Good.
Laid back weekend, but contrary to the kind of weekend you had, are you still hurting?
I'm actually okay.
How hard do you go at weddings, drink wise?
I went to Marty and Ria's wedding on Friday, and then Talladega Saturday, Sunday.
Oh,
I was the drunkest at the wedding over at Talladega.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair.
It was easier?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's part of it, and like Talladega's more work.
Yeah, you're walking
Yeah.
around too, sweating it out.
Yeah. Granted, I could have gotten drunk, but like still, and it's more of a party. I don't know if it's more of a party atmosphere than a wedding.
A wedding is like a super expensive party.
That's the ideal. Yeah. Now that I'm like talking it through, but like
Yeah.
still Talladega is.
Wedding is like drink in hand at all times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like whatever you command, like you got a genie.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bartender's your genie. You
Right.
know, whatever.
Yeah, true. Usually free.
Yes. And that's not to say that I didn't have a great setup at Talladega, because I did, but
Apples to oranges.
yeah, exactly. No, but I think I'm like finally coming out of it.
Okay.
How about you? You had a wedding too?
I had a wedding. I was just a +1, so
Mm.
I tried to keep it under control a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So, question,
Mm.
because here's my wedding question for you, and I guess just like a general bar party atmosphere question. 1 to 10, how big of a deal is it if someone spills their drink on you?
Details matter. Did it stain? Is it noticeable? How bad?
I think you got to just let it roll. I mean, when is this drink spill happening?
Let's say the drink spill happened less than.
Are you on the dance floor?
It happened probably 20 minutes into the wedding. Like, yeah.
The reception?
The reception, yeah. So it's like, let's say that started at 8 o'clock. This happened at like 8:20, let's say.
I mean, I'm not losing a friendship, but if you're wearing a white shirt, someone spills like a rum and coke on it, it's a bad rest of the night.
Okay.
Yeah, the red wine would be worse than the rum and coke.
Yeah.
True. Anything just highly visible.
I think it's once the reception has started, if the dance floor is open, you get spilled on, that's similar to being at a bar.
It's every man
Just
for
like-
himself out there.
Yeah. All right, because
But
I'm
the-
the same way.
The problem where you get more mad if someone is like so hammered drunk that it was inevitable that they're going to spill it on somebody. Then at that point, it's not really an accident. It's like you're being an idiot.
Fantastic
Yeah.
point.
If
Yeah.
it's more reckless over accidental, then
Yeah.
and the spiller has to be overly apologetic.
Yeah.
And they definitely, this happened to me before, they definitely can't be like, I didn't even fucking see you there. It's
Now-
like, bitch.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up.
On that note, they're at my table at this wedding. There's a chance I started a fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Well, let me finish my
Okay.
hypothetical.
All right. I might have started a fire.
Okay. Well,
Spilt
that's
on it.
ultimate cliffhanger. I'm trying to feel this out here, and you're just like, oh, I started a fire.
It's worse than spilling a drink.
Well, that's why it's okay. So you're maybe a little lenient with my situation. So, just coincidentally, I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay.
Like, I think the drink does matter, like how early it is. Like, the level of suckiness does vary of when it happens, what it is.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I think details are completely necessary, can totally change
Like
the outcome.
it's
of
almost
it.
like a cocktail hour spill is worse than a full reception spill.
Yeah. So Nick Mulcahy, one of the marketing guys, like, he,
One of our favorites,
Yes,
but,
exactly.
but
Great guy.
apparently a fucking idiot.
No. Someone bumped him, I guess, and he spilled his drink on Kelly. And
Spilled it on a girl?
yes, because I think that's why I asked.
That's a different
That's
ballgame.
why I ask if gender matters.
Oh,
Like,
gender matters.
yeah,
for that,
like right down her back, like she was not happy.
Oh.
I didn't like, and then lo and behold, like,
Was it a backless dress?
yeah, like I don't really know. I didn't see it.
Okay.
But I like, and Nick's like, dude, I think she's gonna murder me. But like, whatever, she was fine. 8 to 10 minutes after, Kelly spills a whole thing of champagne on me on accident.
Oh.
And I asked this because I didn't care at all. Because like, it's already, the lights are down, and like,
Yeah.
I'm a big like shit happens. Like,
Yeah.
she did not want to spill her drink on me,
Mm-hmm.
but you would have thought that I killed her. Like, she killed my dog.
How she
Like,
apologized?
She was so sorry, and I'm like, Kelly, it's honestly fine. Like, it's not a big deal.
So champagne, relatively pretty clear, right?
Pretty clear, but sticky.
yeah.
But
See, I don't.
Where was it spilled on you?
Like kind of all over the side of my
Okay.
my coat and like my leg.
Okay.
And
I don't give a shit about the stickiness, how cold it was going down my back. At the end of the day, I just don't want to look like a doofus with like a big stain.
Right.
and that's B, I didn't care because legitimately during the cocktail hour, like they had like an awesome like little thing, had a little slider. Like you think like they're just getting all like well done burgers, whatever. This was like a beautiful, nice, succulent burger. Squirt right down my fucking tie. It's like,
If I know there's a photo booth or I'm going to be taking pictures, I don't do the hors d'oeuvres ever because of that very reason. I know I spill.
I know.
So
I should have known better.
Yeah.
But it looks so good. Like, I was my first New York wedding, and like the way they do it big over there. And
Yeah.
a lot of weddings do it big here too. You're going to get to yours in a second.
I don't know how much I want to. I don't want to
Divulge? Fair. You don't have to.
Yeah. Just say it was
a fancy one.
one of the nicest weddings I've ever seen.
But like, it was just all time bad because you're like outside, so you're getting the sunlight on it, and I'm looking around, and I'm like explaining to everyone.
Was it
like,
burger juice or like sauce?
It was burger juice.
Okay.
So like, not really much you can do.
Yeah, grease hard to get out.
That's like
where you got to, lean forward.
But
bite.
like, you don't expect it from a slider.
No.
Yeah,
Like,
not a
It's not a
squirt.
good slider.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Sliders are usually cooked all the way through.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm good. Like, whatever. I mean, couldn't have been a juicier, more succulent slider.
Damn.
On a black tie?
Blue.
Okay, so you could see it?
You could see it, yeah, like a lighter blue. Like
Yeah.
a shiny blue.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was
Were
like-
you in a tux?
No, I was just in a
Suit?
just a suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's definitely something way worse about getting it like your chest and above because it looks like it was all on you, like you're being a slob while eating, as opposed to like a random drink stain, like
Yeah.
For
on
sure.
the side of you. Someone just bumped into them or something.
For sure. So for that second reason, obviously, because I look like a slob already, and because I think shit happens and it's not a big deal. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, she did not want that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Nothing feels worse than
For
doing that
sure,
to someone,
for
being
sure.
the defendant.
For sure. So I don't care, but that's why I asked, because I was like, man, she's really apologizing. Like, she really feels bad. Like, I don't know how to accurately tell her, like, I'm fine. Like, I don't mind, But credit to her. That's nice of her to
Yeah.
apologize so much.
That's a good strategy. Like I said, you have to be overly apologetic.
Absolutely. But I like, we talked through that well. Because, Chief, your fantastic point, it does matter who it was,
Mm-hmm.
how drunk
When
they
it
were.
was,
Yeah, she wasn't drunk or nothing. Someone hit it both times. So
Yeah.
I think someone hit, Noah hit
So
Mulcahy.
a third party was involved.
Yeah, someone hugged her, and like that's where the champagne went flying.
But if it's like your one friend who's notoriously just like a klutz or like a slob when they're drunk and they spill on you, you're like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the handsy guy.
Yeah.
For sure.
It wasn't an accident. You're just constantly not careful.
Exactly.
Correct.
But yeah, it was the burger thing was just tough. I was like a vampire. I was like looking at the sky to like pray the sun went down faster. Like
Okay, you had to feel a little relieved. Kelly probably stopped yelling at him.
yeah, he did. Yeah. I'm like,
Took one for the team there.
I was like, dude, you'll never believe it. He just spilled a drink. He's like, oh, really? He's like, thank
God. Yeah.
It was actually very funny. But yeah, that was it. Great wedding. Fantastic time.
Are we not divulging into the potential fire?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we can talk fire.
I'm handing my wedding over to you. So.
Yeah. So very, very fancy wedding. First Jewish wedding I've ever been to. Lives up to the hype.
Mm-hmm.
The chair, whatever they call that, smashing glass, loved all that. The bride was on the University of Illinois dance team in college. So her dad surprised her and had, 20 members of the marching band came in after his speech, and they did the thing, and a few of the girls did, and they handed out palms to like a ton of people, and they did like a little Illinois whatever fight song dance. So I had a palm in my hand. I went back to my table to get a drink, and I don't remember where I exactly put my palm, but I just put my palm down and grabbed my drink, went back to the dance floor. Fire. So threw it on an open flame. Possibly. I don't know that it was me. I never saw the fire myself, but when I went back to the table, people were talking about it. No one saw like whose palm it was or anything, but it was either my spot or the one right next to me. And ashes fucking everywhere. So like I guess like the staff had to come down and like
Whoa.
put it out. And
Did like the venue smell? Was it that bad?
no, I didn't smell it, but it's a very real chance that I was at one of the nicer weddings I've ever been to and started a fire. Table 22 had a fire problem.
Had a little bit of it.
Yeah, just from discarding the palm at the wrong place.
Dodged a bullet. I don't know why that reminds me of one time my buddy, you know how you can accidentally call like the emergency number of your phone? He did that to the point, pocket dial, where they showed up at his girlfriend's like family party. And like I knew he did it because she had told me, and I brought it up to him, and he's like, I didn't fucking do that. It wasn't me.
It was very.
Isn't that crazy though? Like I almost thought that was like an urban myth.
That someone will show up like that.
I think someone had to have like picked up and like heard some things that they thought were suspicious.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. Like you thought he was like, you know,
Like how
Someone was
embarrassing.
yelling.
yeah, he was in the back of a trunk.
And this guy is just always leaving his
Yep.
phone wide open. Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah,
Nailed
of course.
Yeah, he's the best.
Like he has pocket dialed me so many times. It's been out of a movie where it's like we're talking about the person. I swear to God, this happened at our old apartment. We were talking about this person, and I don't know how his brain went haywire. All of a sudden, we hear that person's voice on his phone. I'm like, what are you doing? He pocket dialed the person we were talking about.
Oh,
Dude, you are a liability. Let me hold your phone.
you gotta like, it's like a Tony Soprano meeting. You gotta like pat him down and like tell him to leave his phone outside if you're gonna talk about anything serious.
I mean, so one pocket dial.
Turn the
someone,
washer machine
Two
on.
pocket dial
Yeah.
the person we're talking about. Crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah, I do feel like there are not as many, and palms are a special circumstance. I feel like there's not as many fires from, like, it was a candle, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's not as many fires from candles as there should be, right? Like restaurants, like guy like dipping their sport coat in like something, like handing something across the table, like girls with big dresses.
I mean, Hannah got her hair caught on fire.
For sure. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like surprised that doesn't happen more,
More often.
right?
Yeah, you probably don't hear about the, like, if someone burned their like cuff, that's just out
Well,
real quick.
Yeah, like I don't know if Rosemary uses real candles or not, or if they have candles at all. But I'd be curious to ask any chef or any you know,
Probably a waiter.
maitre d' or whatever, like how many
Does
like-
Chicago Cut have candles? I feel like they do.
feels like they would.
Or like the church,
Sure.
a lot of candles up in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Fucking
yeah,
14-year-olds walking around with them, the altar servers.
for sure. But those are at least contained, right? Like those are on an altar, or they're on like a high stand. Like you got to really get to them. But they are wearing robes, so you would think there'd be more for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Kids are probably well trained.
Yeah, it's just no.
Robe awareness.
Yeah, it just is stunning that there's not more.
More
But maybe we
fires.
just don't hear about them. That could be it.
No, they're on top of it.
Yeah,
Well.
that could definitely be it.
It's a risk you got to take.
Yeah, no, and
You a big candle guy at home.
not really.
Okay.
Are you? I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a thing I ever think to buy.
yeah.
I got like 24 of them in a box from our white elephant here at the office, and now I'm fully a candle guy.
It's actually a good gift.
It's a great gift.
Like if you ask me what are like the main causes for restaurant fires, I'd be like, all right, obviously grease fires.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
then you got to put electrical fires. That's always seems to be the case. But like
Third has got to be candle.
it's got to be
Yeah.
right.
But I feel like that's not like a candle's not putting things up in flames. It's not spreading quickly.
Yeah,
It needs some other like you'd have to like really try to light the tablecloth on fire.
Yeah, you have to like dip something in there almost for it to, because they're usually somewhat contained.
there's a lot of
It's not
alcohol on the table,
for sure.
but like it's probably so watered down.
Let's try it this weekend. Let's try starting a fire.
Somewhere, yeah. I also there was a thing, or the fireworks. That was a big thing too. at weddings.
Sparklers?
Yes, the sparkler exits and entrances. I feel like that would always cause like a
Yeah.
degree
Yeah.
of.
You know what I'm glad with weddings has died down?
Mm.
The wacky zany intros.
Yeah,
I
we've
feel like
talked
those-
about that before.
But I feel like they've gone away.
Yeah, I think so. Like I think entrances are cool. I like entrances. Like, but you like the wacky zany thing.
Yeah, where
you
like,
feel like you
every
have to do
bridesmaid
something.
and groomsman comes in and they do something
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, it's fine. Just
snap a
walk in and
football.
wave with your group.
I think it should just be the couple, the bride and groom, and maybe the parents.
I'm fine with that. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if they want to bring the whole wedding party out, just give it a wave and
Yeah,
Very
everyone at
cool.
once is the move.
yeah.
It's awkward.
conga line.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
No matter who you like. If you've stood up in weddings, like,
Yeah.
Like when they introduce you, it's fucking weird. It's weird.
It's only weird if you're expected to do something.
But there was a trend for like 10 years.
Oh yeah, I
feel
know.
like you had to do like a little
I get
skit.
it for sure.
Oh, yeah, it'd be like in the back of my mind all morning.
Yeah.
What are me and this
Yeah,
random
exactly.
girl
Yeah,
gonna
you're
do?
right. And
Yeah.
I think that's why people don't like it that much, is because they don't like the pressure of finding something clever or something.
Yeah,
But
and it's-
nothing is ever that. No one ever remembers.
For sure,
nothing's ever
yeah.
that clever. Just fucking introduce the couple and do it
Totally.
your way.
But you're like, this is one of my best friend's biggest days of his life.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
gotta think of a good
And,
choreographed dance.
Yeah, like you're on the hot seat. It's like you're the best man speech. You got the worst like pressure some job, and if you got, then that's your next big thing.
There was a nightmare scenario once where the guy behind me, a couple in front of us, did the same thing he was gonna do.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
oh god.
Oh.
You got to rehearse that in the line beforehand.
But you're not.
You're not with,
you gotta
not with the
tell
other
him.
people.
You're not
No,
checking
everyone was like
notes.
in their own. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
doing it with.
I've
your
checked those
partner.
before.
With the rest of the people. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
There was one time I like slid and almost ate shit hard once.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Oh no, it was bad. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, that was very close though, very close." I also have another complaint, airlines complaint.
Okay.
We got to figure out something like a suit and tie. It's not a bag.
Yeah.
It's not a bag. Like if you want to tell me, hey, so I had a backpack, a rolly bag, and I had a suit,
Suit carrier,
and it wasn't even in a carrier. It was just like in like a plastic,
like a dry cleaning bag.
yeah, which is not really a bag to me. It's literally 3 items.
Why don't you just put that in a bag?
Because then it gets wrinkled.
You don't think it's gonna get wrinkled when you jam it up on the overhead?
Oh, you hang it
in front?
Yeah, in the front. Like I get it if capacity is an issue, but like there should be like if you're checking in, it's like, all right, hey, we got 5 slots. Like sorry, sir. Like you're 5th in line. There's nothing left. We're 6th in line. You got nothing left.
I'd realistically probably put it in my bag and iron it when I got to my
Steam
hotel.
it.
Yeah, I mean that's an option, sure. But like I literally walked up. It's like, oh, sir, you have 3 bags. You got to stuff that suit in your suitcase. I was like, well, that
They didn't
defies
stop. I feel like they normally would stop you at TSA for that.
No. I was like, oh, that kind of defies the purpose of me.
Yeah.
So they have hooks on the front of the plane that you could hang your suit on?
First class generally has that,
Oh,
Yeah.
just can't relate. Only
Well, I wasn't in first class,
Oh.
to be clear.
but you walk by it.
Yeah.
I've only ever flown a
Southwest.
business or a private jet. No first class.
But yeah, so like, and they did like.
So were you going into that thinking you could just hang it on a hook there?
Yeah, I thought they'd let me go because they'd let me just hang it in the hook, and then I was like, you can't just. I wasn't mean or anything. I was like, well, I think that kind of defies the purpose, so I guess I'll just check my rolly bag, So I had to check the rolly bag, and then I used my backpack and the suit bag as my 2 bags
And were you able to hang the suit bag?
easily.
Oh, well, then
No
that's-
problems asked.
Yeah, I'm on your side.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I was like, can we just sneak it in? She's like, no, sir. The FAA regulates you can only have 2 bags when you come onto a plane. I was like, that's probably not true.
Slipper at 20.
Yeah, I was like, that's probably not. I mean, maybe to a degree
Yeah.
for like weight balances and shit. I get that, but
Yeah.
definitely not when it comes to a shirt and tie and a pair of pants.
It seems like it varies depending on the flight attendant. I'd feel.
It's got to be. Like I said, if there was like a limit, like, hey, we only allow 3 suits in because it is very tiny.
Mhm.
The closet's very
Yeah.
tiny. Fine. Then I would have been like, hey, we're already full. Like, got to figure. I was like, all right, check it. Fine.
I'm on your side, Ed.
All right, that's a first. So,
No, I'm always. I'll be on your side when you're right.
so that was, and also just like,
Should have threw the suit on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Imagine you walk back and she sees you with the suit on.
I know.
Is this what you wanted?
I know.
Over your clothes. Yeah.
Like Superman.
But yeah, just a bad deal.
Yeah.
Just a bad deal for sure.
All right.
You got to figure that out.
I have a scenario. So the 3rd floor of my building, it's like a common area, and there's a vending machine. I'm probably the only one who goes and uses that vending machine multiple times per week, may I add. Regardless, I go and I get a bag of peanut M&Ms, and I'm turning the corner, and someone is right there, and they have a dog. And I like noticed them as I was opening the bag, and so 2 peanut M&Ms dropped on the floor. Now, how urgent would you be to pick them up considering they're chocolate? And I know we'll get to the whole semantics, has to be dark chocolate, but you don't know if the owner realizes that or not.
And it's like
You're talking to a guy who puts dark chocolate in people's kibble. So he's not moving a muscle.
and this dog's like 5 to 10 feet away.
How big is the dog?
Dog is already gunning for the M&Ms.
Oh,
right around the corner.
Oh, you got to make a move.
What kind of dog?
I don't know. Little
Smaller?
kind of look like big cats, like Stella.
Okay, like a
Uh-oh.
40-pound.
So you could box it out.
You guys love when I say like a little mutt.
Yeah. What?
You guys used to say I say that derogatorily.
Um,
So I'm obviously giving full effort. I'm like, the first thing I do is go to pick it up. But yeah, the whole thing is like, is this person gonna freak out if their dog? Because a dog's not gonna die from.
was the dog leashed or not leashed?
Yeah, it was leashed.
Okay.
But again, we basically bumped into each other.
I think you got to make a move to pick up the.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I think you got to make a football move.
Yeah.
And like if
Yeah,
you're,
box, not a rebound.
yeah.
Okay, but then,
I think dog breed does matter. Kill me for that.
well, I'm not saying in the sense like I'm afraid of the dog in any
What dog breed
scenario.
would you be fine letting die?
I'm not gonna put that on any dog breeds. But we know there's some that I would not be comfortable boxing out because I think it would take a full bite out of my ass
like a
cheek.
pit bull.
You'd pour a couple
not-
more on the ground.
I'm not putting. I'm sensitive to put down dog communities.
He can't get through a sentence without saying putting down dogs. That's what his ultimate goal
This
is.
is word association
Yeah.
with dogs. But then it became
But
clear
yes, I would not
at-
go if there was a pit bull. Just to
Okay.
be clear.
as I was
Just White Sox Dave's dog. He let White Sox Dave's dog die. He let Ace die.
Damn, Ed, you got that on record now. But as I was picking them up, I scooped one before it got it, and there was like 2 more, and it was a girl, and she was like, oh, it's okay, but like there's some over there, and she made it clear that she kind of just had a problem with her dog eating human food, period, and it wasn't so much a chocolate thing. So then how high does your urgency go? Am I diving for this next M&M? Because it is all my fault.
I think if you
But it's not life or death.
if you
to
drop
either
the
of
piece
us
of
anymore.
beef jerky, you don't have to make a move.
But it's M&Ms.
I know. But
Mhm.
but she said it was any human food. I'm not going down for a potato chip or a piece of beef jerky or something like that. Dog can have it.
Listen, if you're not in the confines of your home, then like you can't really control the variables. You got to be ready that your dog might eat something if you take him outside.
My dog darts from like those wild growing mushrooms in the city.
Yeah,
every single time.
exactly. It's not your responsibility.
It's true, but
it's
this
her
is-
responsibility to take her away from those M&Ms.
This is okay, true, but this is not a place where you'd expect food to be in low places. Like if she was walking into a fucking restaurant or kitchen or a bar, it'd be different. But it's like a lobby. It's almost like a library area. Well, I was kind of just flustered because I'm like, all right, if you don't care about the chocolate aspect, I don't care enough about your dog eating human food for me to be like
That
potentially
does.
getting bit.
You think there was a bite possibility, or just like you're both going for the M&M?
Both going for the M&M.
But a bite's possible, but you're taking away something they want.
Yeah.
Dog may react negatively towards that.
So your responsibility is to get the M&M.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that happens after that is her responsibility. If the dog bites you, then that's a whole different problem.
Yeah, I was never really worried about it biting me. I guess, do you think it's pretty universal that everyone knows it has to be like big amounts of dark chocolate? Because when you're when you're growing up, it's just like
chocolate.
yeah,
No, 'cause
chocolate is dog antichrist.
You pretty much just broke that to me now.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I also have recently found out that it's an absurd amount, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like an absurd
I had our black lab ate maybe 2 whole things of Easter baskets one year.
ooh,
So
there's some dark chocolate mixed in there too.
I don't know if he threw up more than any dog, and it was like one of the throw ups where the smell makes you want to throw up.
Yeah, they raised us thinking that like a dog licks a piece of chocolate and his life expectancy goes down.
Probably by design.
I think
Because they don't
grapes
want
are
people
actually
just-
like the most toxic thing.
Grapes are?
I think so.
That's not known.
That's not known at all.
No. I had no idea about that either until right now.
Shouldn't eat grapes or raisins. Both are toxic to dogs and can cause serious health problems, including kidney failure. Even small amounts of grapes or raisins can be dangerous.
Wow.
Like how dangerous is this? Like the old like you can't OD on weed, but you can if you really try. Like can a dog really?
Yeah. Speaking of that, got a DEA agent on the pod tomorrow.
Oh,
Look out for
shit.
that.
You should have gave a brother a heads up next time, dude.
It's
It's funny we had a drop off from our guys at Rhythm
true.
today.
I know.
too.
I-
Weed covering the kitchen.
I'm about to talk about them in a second, but Yeah, I was gonna play a whole prank of tapping Nicky Smokes on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, sir, you gotta come with us."
Search him.
Yeah, exactly. But he was wearing a suit, not like a jacket.
Do you guys get into like how as the DEA? Do they also just have like a different outlook on weed now?
We do get into that.
All right, I won't spoil it.
And I'll leave it at that.
Deal.
Yeah, I think you'll be interested in the response. What don't you say, Lance?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
You guys got into it.
I think people would be interested in the response. All right, so on or off the leash, and you guys tell me, and obviously I'll weigh in. Lance, you weigh in. I got a DM from a guy named Mike. Remember Robbie Fox's viral Eataly prime rib sandwich?
Yeah.
No.
You're unfamiliar with this? You Google, try to find that because this is crucial to the story.
Like half the New York office went and ordered it right after that. It looked amazing.
Yeah,
So,
throw it up in the YouTube, Lance, and if we clip it, throw it up in there. So Eataly, he had like a prime rib sandwich, and it went crazy viral, like millions of views. I think he was in like articles and shit. Like it just purely from him taking a picture of a sandwich that looked awesome.
And what a great picture it was.
Yeah. It looks like a fantastic sandwich. So this guy Mike hit me up. He said, "I don't know.
Maderon.
Does it look insane?"
Yeah.
He's like, "On or off the leash. You know the Robbie Fox prime rib sandwich made famous from Eataly?" He's like, "So I live close in Manhattan. I went to get one a couple weeks ago after his tweet, and it came out looking like this. Would you have said something?"
Ooh.
I'm going to send you the picture.
If I do remember, before I get into it, if I do remember, everyone else who went afterwards, their picture of the sandwich looked equally as good as Robbie's.
Is Robbie's?
All right. Oof.
That's like 10% of the meat.
Yeah, and I'll throw Michael's in there too, in the description.
There's a lot of things going
Pop
on
it up.
here.
I'll pop it up.
There's probably 65, 70% bread, plus the meat is skimped big time. You can't even
Disrespectful.
disrespectful. It looks like just shreds of meat as opposed to Robbie's.
It's like
picture where,
they were out.
Yeah, like that was the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Like you
So-
can't even tell if that's medium rare. It's just pieces.
So it begs the question: is it on or off the leash for this guy to say something or ask for a new one?
That's a great question.
You got to.
But if you go to a place like fast food, you don't expect the picture to look like the Big Mac
Mhm.
or look like anything.
That's true.
That's just the way it is.
Like if he had never seen Robbie Fox's picture, he probably would have thought that's how it came.
Exactly.
Sure. But wouldn't you still be disappointed?
Yeah,
If you
but
got that sandwich, you just
Maybe.
paid $19 or something for that sandwich, and it came out like that, I'd be pissed. So the difference here, the Big Mac example, you know that is been crafted, curated, put for TV or a billboard, whatever. It's got to be looking perfect. You expect it to be looking perfect on the billboard. This Robbie's is not a paid advertisement. That's just a random sandwich. That is the sandwich that everyone should expect to get if that's the one that he got, because it's not a paid advertisement. You know the Big Mac's been like beauty filtered. That's just
It's a fair point.
yeah.
it is fair. What did he have any follow-ups? Did he say anything? Like I wonder what the people working at Eataly would say back, because not only, like I said, did Robbie have that picture out there, but there are several other photos proving that this sandwich should look that way.
He didn't say how it got resolved. He just said it was a $25 sandwich. He said the other side.
$25 for that? That's insane. You got to say something.
He said the other side actually had more meat than the other. He said this side actually had more meat than the other half.
You got to.
But isn't there a statute of limitations? Like it's kind of like a Subway, because you do kind of see them making
it to
it.
go.
I don't know if he took it to go, but like you don't really see him like how much they're giving you. But like when you're don't you kind of catch him in the moment?
It would be awkward to walk back up to the counter and be like, "What is this?" It's going to be uncomfortable, but it's just like, this is not what I paid for. That's not a 20. What Michael has is not a $25 sandwich.
That bread almost looks different too. I think both the bread and the meat look different enough to where I wouldn't feel weird being like showing the picture and be like, "Is this what I ordered?" Like, I heard this is like a good recommendation. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, I think it's on the lease just to like ask a question.
Yeah, you can't be like demanding a refund, but
Like no, like sure, like because then they're gonna be. I don't know. Maybe the guy.
This is a situation where gets into my dad's territory, where either they fix that sandwich because they know in their heart of hearts that's not what that sandwich is supposed to look like for $25. And if they give you a problem, customer's supposed to always be right. If they give you a problem, say like, "No, that's the sandwich," Eataly's banned for life.
for those at home, like Robbie has 70% more meat than that guy.
Yeah.
Should I call Robbie, get his take on the situation?
Sure.
I
Yeah.
kind of am interested because I actually brought it up to him in New York when I was there last week.
Can I ask this? Does it change anything if this guy, say, like his cousin went and showed him a picture as opposed to someone who is like pretty popular on the internet and had it plastered
would that
everywhere?
change it? in your
I don't
head?
know because for the cashier to be able to defend it, they could easily just be like, oh, well, like your cousin just got a good batch, but now all these Barstool people showing their pictures. What are the odds that 10 of them got a great sandwich and only he got a bad
the bad one?
sandwich?
I don't know. I have had it before. Robbie Fox influenced me, and mine did not look like Robbie's. It didn't look bad. It
Did
didn't
you
look
get
like
at the Eataly in Chicago?
same one. No, Eataly in Manhattan. They don't have it in the Chicago one.
We used to.
They don't have this station.
Oh, that sandwich.
They don't have this station.
This, hate to ask, but it kind of begs the question: do they know he worked for Barstool?
Oh, well, I'm gonna call him. We'll see.
I wouldn't guess they did. At a place like Eataly.
Hopefully he answers. He might
Yo.
be. Hey, Robbie, you're on Dog Walk. You got a second?
Yeah.
Question. So we're doing an honor off the leash segment. I showed you that picture of that Eataly sandwich. Is it honor off the leash for that guy to ask for a new one or make a complaint?
Yeah, it's on the leash. You could do that.
Okay.
So-
I think a sandwich like that, I mean, that it's more bread than meat.
Mm-hmm.
Way more.
And that's just like not even comparing it to Robbie's. If that was any old sandwich, you're still saying, whoa, that's way more bread than meat.
And Danny made a good point, Rob. Is there any opportunity that this guy was a basement, my mom's basement guy, or like he knew you from Barstool?
Who?
The
The
guy-
guy that tweeted the sandwich?
No, the guy who originally made you the fantastic looking sandwich.
Oh, no. There's just no way. I know this guy. I go in and I see him now. I'm not 100% positive he speaks English, but he sees me and he gives me a smile and a nod like he knows who I am now.
Oh, does he know that it went viral and everything?
Oh, yeah, they know. They
Yeah.
know. They started running out of bread afterwards. I mean, the
Looks like they got plenty now.
sandwiches may be in question post-virality because everyone wants a bite of this thing now, but we're going to be going back probably this week. I think we're maybe taking a lunch to the Eataly and just try to get a nice day, bring it back to the office and celebrate, you know?
All right, well, wear like a Batman mask or something now. Like let's try to make sure they don't know who you are.
The common people deserve that sandwich too.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, they do call me Prime Rob over there.
I love it.
And Robbie, everyone else from Barstool who got that sandwich, theirs looked somewhat close to yours.
So it depends. Like we went viral, and then I took everyone that week. And as soon as we walked in, they told us, they were like, "Hey, there's been extra demand for the sandwich this week, so we can't use the normal bread." So they had to change to a different bread because they couldn't keep up with the supply and demand after the tweet. But I gotta tell you, if you get the sandwich made right, it doesn't really matter what bread it comes on. I know that sounds crazy because it's only bread and meat, but they have a couple different versions of the bread at Eataly, and they're all really good. It's really about the prime rib.
Okay.
All right, Robbie. So it's on the leash to ask for a new one or make a complaint.
I mean, at that point, I can't believe that sandwich. Like, it's one of those things where if you showed it to the guy making it, wouldn't he feel embarrassed to
Yeah.
see that that's the sandwich? He says it's a $27, $28 sandwich.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's one of those. I want to defend Eataly, but yeah, it's he got ripped off.
You can't let that walk out the door. Can't
No.
do it. All right, Robbie. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Rob.
Bye.
I agree. Completely on the leash now. Like for that much money, it's not crazy. It's not crazy
sandwich.
at all to ask. But it's just a weird gray area where it's like, but I saw my friend have a different one than this. You know, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, you need You need Robbie's picture and be like,
Yeah.
this is not even in the same street.
Right. Like I'm happy to be overcharged for this sandwich, but I need this sandwich.
Need it.
His
Yeah.
picture,
Don't have it.
that guy's picture should be in black and white, just like a before picture. Yeah.
All right, so everyone's on the same page.
On the leash.
On the leash.
Good question, though. That's
Yeah, because you bring up the whole Big Mac thing earlier.
Yeah.
But you bring up a good point where those things aren't even really food to my knowledge. Like they have sandwich artists that will like paint it
Oh,
and
really?
like make them
Yeah.
look. And every fast food chain does it.
Yeah.
It's not just McDonald's.
Right.
But like they have, like I know people who've shot commercials for Barstool for fast food places here, and they like literally paint
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah.
to make it look like it's best.
It's comical how different it looks. Like it's the freshest lettuce, the juiciest tomatoes. It's never looked like that, but still,
Yeah.
for the past century, they're going with that.
Like watch the anytime there's a chip commercial, like whether it's Tostitos or Lay's or whatever, watch how clean the opening is on top.
So
Like-
impossible to do.
Yeah, there's no chips
Yeah.
in that bag.
Yeah.
Like there's just not. So
That's a
but
good
yeah,
point.
Well, yeah, the cleanest lettuce, everything. I do have a comment as well about Talladega.
Let's hear it.
So you've been to Nashville, right?
Been in Nashville and been in Chicago.
And you've been to
Nashville, Chicago, Michigan International Speedway. I think that's like the name of the town.
okay. So I've been to Nashville, Chicago, Daytona 500, which is one of the big ones, Miami, and then I did Talladega, which is another one of the big ones. Talladega is the winner.
Okay.
I like them all, but that's the winner. But I have to say, like pound for pound, I would pinpoint it as the horniest place I've ever been.
Why?
So their thing is like,
What's the clientele look like?
it's just people, people
Okay.
hanging out.
Okay.
You know, it's just NASCAR guys.
All right.
You know,
Really? The horniest place ever?
I think it's the horniest place I've ever been.
What makes it the horniest place?
So their whole thing is like you all party in the infield, which is awesome. Like
Mhm.
people, the best comparison, I compared Daytona to this when I went. The best comparison I could give is that it's Country Thunder, but for adults.
Okay, yeah. It's like, have you been to Indy 500?
I
I've been there
haven't,
too.
but like
Yeah.
that's probably a great
It's
comparison.
literally EDM concerts like in the middle of the track.
Yeah, like it's absurdly big in the middle. It's all campers. It's all partying. And there's a street called the Boulevard, and it's just nuts. And there's stripper poles. There's every sign.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they bring in like actual strippers, and there's signs just everywhere, like free mammograms, like shot for tits, like you name it. This old guy had a shirt of all different kinds of looking boobs, and when you walked up, if you like bought a drink from him, he would say, "All right." He would ask the girls. He's like, "All right, sign it to the closest one that looks like your boobs." Yeah.
That is pretty horny.
Yeah, it is. It was crazy. Like, I mean, it was a blast though. Like it was fun.
Yeah, there's certain places where like it's almost acceptable to be a pervert.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. This is one for sure. And yeah, the
Did you
track's cool.
partake?
What
Were
did
you
I?
horny?
I mean, I saw some.
Passively horny?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I wasn't like. I mean, you can't really. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel weird doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's,
That's-
Right.
yeah.
But I didn't know if it was like a when in Rome.
oh,
It
like
just overtakes you.
like I was like, oh, I need to get to Walmart, buy a white T-shirt, and write "Show me your tits"
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
No, I didn't do that, Chief. I did not. But like, sure, like you're walking by and like you see stuff.
Yeah, like a NASCAR race is one of the few places where I'm like expecting a girl to flash her tits
Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
some point.
Yeah, there was a rack, a boob rack,
Oh,
where
rack.
women would like you were supposed to based on your size,
Mm-hmm.
like going small to big, and like girls, it was like a
That's
torture.
Americana right
Yes,
there.
it's like-
America is a boob country at the end of the day.
Yeah, it really is. Dude.
Yeah.
It was a jarring amount of people wanting to see tits, and they got them for sure.
Yeah, only thing I could put that up against is like our college at Eastern, they would have like a bikini contest at one of the bars.
Yeah,
Just be a bunch of drunk guys like barking.
Yeah, spring break dancing contest or whatever, definitely.
But
is up
still,
there.
it's not like that where it's like encouraging girls to flash.
To
Like
do it?
spring break, everyone's horny,
Well,
but
and-
you don't have any like stripper poles.
And like you know that about Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Yeah, true.
No, like I didn't know that about Talladega.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And because you didn't see that video that went viral last year.
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah, you
thinking
saw
of.
it. Yeah,
Became a huge NASCAR fan ever since.
yeah. Yeah, but the difference was that I was a little disappointed about is they actually like those are actual real strippers.
Mm.
Like they bring them in that
It's not
kind of
organic.
yeah, like you like civilians mean more in that situation.
Yeah.
With all
For
due
sure.
respect to the stripper.
Like the
Yeah.
Oilers girl.
yes,
Like,
exactly.
that's a nice
yes.
natural pair. that
Exactly.
She's just going back to her 9 to 5 after this.
Exactly. If Oilers
Those
girl
things on her.
was not in an Oilers jersey and she was in like a stripper outfit, that would
Be
be
like,
like
whatever.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Great comparison, Danny.
Yeah, there's like no reveal with that.
Great comparison.
She's
Yeah.
hiding those things too.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, I highly recommend someone. And people like it's easier to do Daytona because it's a bigger city and Talladega is not really close to anything, so it's
Mhm.
hard to do.
You almost need the camper.
Yeah, so I'd recommend going to one of the two. Like Daytona's just as fun too, but
Yeah, I haven't been to one of the big ones,
yeah.
but I was there when Spider and Large were the Grand Marshals. So
Oh, nice.
Cool,
In Michigan?
Mhm.
That's awesome. But yeah, Dega gets the nudge. So I guess that makes me horny, but it's
wrong with that?
not because of that. It just feels
sure.
it feels, I don't know. The party feels bigger and more like just like raunchy. No holes barred.
Did you see any like people having sex in the field or anything?
No, I didn't see that. But I also was only there for a couple hours. My flight got super delayed coming in on Saturday, and I didn't get much time to party. So
Miss the public.
I
fuckers.
wonder what are the other horniest events, because there's been the videos of the girls at the Bills tailgate before.
yeah,
Like you see people like literally fucking behind like a porta potty.
yeah. Wow.
Well, you would think like these music fests.
Yeah. But you don't really ever hear
No,
that
like,
about.
They are wearing anything, but you're not seeing like come sign these
Yeah.
tit shirt.
I think people are hooking up more at like Stagecoach and
Yeah,
Coachella.
agreed.
What about like Electric Forest?
But it's like Chief said, there's so much fucking going on. But is it horny? I guess like girls
like
just wearing
different.
nipple tassels. But yeah, it's not like
I
come
think-
be like Talladega is like come be horny with us.
Yeah, it's like open.
Yeah, like if we're doing our Mount Rushmore of horny
It's like almost surprise horny. Yeah.
events in America, so Talladega's on there. Mardi Gras got to be on there.
Yeah.
It's like openly horny. Like this
Yes.
is horny.
Yeah.
Going into it like this is gonna be a
Yeah,
horny.
Do you think the Bills
environment.
tailgates qualify?
I
Because
don't.
I feel like we get pictures.
I don't think it's as much. It's more tables and boobs.
Yeah, I don't
But
even
you
know
get
what
the
picture you're
boobs.
talking about.
You don't remember that one?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I actually don't.
Oh.
Either.
Chief got that shit saved.
What else is there?
Maybe like Burning Man. I've always hear like people just get naked and do crazy shit at
Yeah,
Burning Man.
Yeah.
that's like a drug induced. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'd have to put like Electric Forest. Or one of
Yes,
those up
I would
there.
insert like I'm not an EDM guy, but if you're an EDM fest guy, insert event X.
Mhm.
That would take a slot on there, and maybe Gathering of the Juggalos.
Oh,
Ooh,
Probably pretty horny. The Jugs, for the Juggalos.
maybe.
but like, yeah, all these.
I feel like
events are
that
horny.
event is almost. It's got to be like 80% or more dudes.
But
Talladega
dudes
too.
are horny. No,
Yeah.
no, there's definitely more dudes at Talladega, but dudes are horny, right?
Yeah,
Or what about those like sex conventions that they have at like
Like the AVN.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
That's-
different. That's different.
Yeah, like you're centered around the.
I don't even know if that's like horny. That's like
No.
your porn guy.
You're
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like those guys ain't fucking at Electric Forest.
Yeah.
they're just
No.
staring. They're
Yeah.
staring.
Right.
Yes.
No,
But yeah.
offense.
I feel good about my top four. Talladega, Gathering of the Juggalos.
There's got to be one of those music fests. Like, what would number one would just be one of them that has like stripper poles at the campsites or something like that. Because
Yeah.
every music fest, people are hooking up like crazy and wearing almost no clothes.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
has
yeah.
to be a differentiator amongst them.
Like an option. Yeah, I don't know. That's
Good
what I don't
question. What are the top horniest events in
know.
America?
To go to, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would
And
say
we'll go to all of them.
I feel good about my four, but we're definitely over.
Yeah, we're missing a
about it.
big
Yeah.
one. Missing a big one.
Because Mardi Gras 1A
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure. Like people will go there. Probably like there's probably
And it's just like the dumbest exchange. Like, I'll give you some plastic beads I bought for $3 at a gas station.
Yeah.
Show me your tits.
but it's tradition.
Deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a raw deal.
Yeah. But like there's definitely people that probably don't drink at all.
I'm
They just
surprised.
load up the truck with beads and they're like, I'm just going down
Yeah.
for a good old time, a sober boob looking out. You're surprised what?
I was gonna say like it would be funny if OnlyFans, like, do you give them real money or is it credits?
What
Like,
do you mean?
Like subscriber, like users.
I mean, they get money.
I know they get money. I don't know. I was gonna say like if the denomination that the OnlyFans girls were paid in were like beads, like oh here this will be 500 beads for me to show my tits.
Smart. That would be actually
It's
a
like
good
the new
method.
crypto.
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually a good method.
I'll have to do some research on horniest places. I know we're missing some.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will help us out with it too.
I wonder if there are like other college tailgates that are.
Definitely.
Yeah, can you say like 11?
Yeah, I was thinking that like just
Because
odd
11 has
Oh, in
places
Miami?
with strippers.
11 has like
You went there with Dave.
I've been
right?
there, and
yeah.
because it's funny. I asked,
And they have strippers there, right?
they have like 100 strippers.
It's
on
like,
staff.
is it full
Yeah.
nude?
I don't know about that. I
Okay.
don't remember. I asked someone recently, I was like, oh, did you go to 11? And she was like, what? Oh my God. Like, and she like was like,
Offended?
not offended, but she was like, oh my, how'd you know I went to the strip club? I was like, well, I don't view it as a strip club. I view it as a club. But there are like 50 plus strippers on staff.
That's crazy.
So it is pretty horny in turn.
That's more strippers than a strip club.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's just because it's a colossally sized building. So I guess that.
What about Hooters?
Oh.
Dude, yeah, some of the horniest guys are the ones sitting at Hooters on a Tuesday at the bar by
Yeah.
themselves.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah.
Hooters went bankrupt, right?
But like, Talladega's marketing the race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. This
Marty
is
Dograw's marketing.
Right. That's how this came about. Like,
Yes.
Talladega was a surprise horny event.
Hooters is marketing food or.
They're marketing horny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of female clientele at 11? Considering
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I would think, but
Absolutely.
is it like just a group of girls with no guys? Are they going there on their own? Be like, let's go to 11 tonight.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been, but just obviously it's part strip club. That's why I ask.
They have a hard time.
TGI Fridays, Red Lobster, and Hooters are all in bankruptcy. That's a goddamn shame.
It is.
America has fallen.
It is. It truly is. All right, anything else? There are a couple viral topics I know we might get to. Any thoughts on the Shedeur Sanders prank call?
I didn't like the prank call.
Yeah.
I thought that guy's having maybe one of the worst days of his life, and you're gonna make it worse. I thought that he's a person too, kind of thing. I know that's like a soft little bitch take, but I thought that was.
Did he do it in the first round? Do we know that? Just
He
trying.
said who said it? Who was he supposed to be? The Saints.
Yeah, Mickey Loomis.
So I think that was in the second. So I think he had already slid.
Okay.
There's certain pranks, like I almost think the same about AI, where it's like it's too believable to the point where the guy shouldn't feel ashamed for being pranked. You know, like he's waiting on
I don't
a call
think he
from
should. You're right.
No, he should
Yeah.
feel ashamed.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or embarrassed, whatever. But so did he get the number since his dad is?
Yeah, so the kid.
That's how he acquired the phone number.
Yeah, the kid's
That's
dad
bad.
is the defensive coordinator of the Falcons, and he had his iPad on the front table. And the kid went into it and just jacked a bunch of phone numbers.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Got his ass whooped.
You would think.
You would hope.
That's an all-time, like, you're in deep shit when you get home.
Yeah.
For sure. I think it's like, if I was in college, like, and I had that brain, like, sure, maybe it's like funny, but I think once you get older, you grow a soft spot towards that stuff.
Yeah, especially like it's cheating that he had access to the number like that. If he were to somehow find it like on the web, sure, maybe
Yeah.
a little more credit, but
Yeah, for sure.
But this is like kicking someone when they're down.
yeah,
Because like
Definitely.
the
That's
Tyler,
why I
off
think
the
round
leash,
matters.
off the leash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like I saw somewhere that Tyler Warren got prank called too. So he got prank called. They were pretending to be the Jets at 7, and then he actually went at 14. So it's like it's several $1 million, but it's not like you're sliding to the 5th round like Shedeur was.
Yeah. It's also not like some people want, like, the Falcons to lose draft picks and, like, this
Oh, I don't think that's.
go
that's
against
crazy.
a firing squad. It's like, take it easy.
Yeah.
Shedeur just has to have an ultimate game against the Falcons.
It's also like, dude, like, these kids stop recording shit.
Yeah.
Like, put that in a vault, and then, like,
Yeah,
it's
what?
funny 10 years later. It's like, dude, we were the guy. We pulled that off.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Great
like-
point. Like, did the friend just release it that day?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
These kids, they have no decorum. It's all about clout. There's no decorum, Lance.
It's insane. I could not believe it's like, especially because he's like, I believe he's a walk-on on the Ole Miss team, and then his dad is the defensive coordinator
Yeah.
of the Falcons.
Oh,
like,
man.
people are gonna know it's you, dude. What are you
Yeah.
thinking?
Do you know where they posted it? Was it like Twitter, Instagram,
Probably,
Snapchat?
Probably Snap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people, the kids still think Snapchat is as secret and private as it is.
I don't know.
I said, well, if you're him, you play on the team, like
Yeah.
that's going to get in the wrong hands eventually.
Any thoughts? This will be the last thing. Any thoughts on the 100 gorillas versus 100 men versus a gorilla?
Yeah. I was going to blog this, and I saved it because I thought it might come up on this show.
Yeah.
I think if you took 100 average guys, like if you took 100 Barstool employees, where you have some athletes, some Danny Conrads,
Athletes,
and
redundant.
and then you put them. I think the silverback fucks everybody up. But if I could pick 10,
Like the Alabama football team?
or if no, I get like Aaron Donald, John Jones. I think if I could take 10, like allow me to pick 10 like super guys.
10 or 100?
10.
You think 10 could win?
I think 10
No, he's saying scattered throughout like the 100.
No,
And then you have 90
10 total?
You have 10
10
superstars, 90 regular guys.
No.
Oh.
10, just 10, not 100. But it's John Jones, it's Aaron Donald, it's guys like that. I think 10 of those could pin down.
So you just took the argument and you made it harder for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't.
You might as well
I
have the
think
other 90
100
guys with you.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't think that's much of an argument.
Get some fucking sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, you need
You don't
that.
think it's, so you like no question 100 men.
Like, because you need the
But
gorilla to
here's-
get tired.
I understand, but we have human brains. So you could kind of have a strategy.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Like, it makes a difference. Are these 100 guys going in with a game plan, or are they getting dropped in the jungle? That makes all the difference. If there's pure pandemonium, if it's just 100
I was
guys.
picturing like an octagon.
You're
Okay, in
picturing
a
like
cage. But, like, how? Okay, well, then that, like, how many can you enter in the cage at
That's-
once?
That's what, in my head, I'm doing the 10 super guys.
I think that'd be fair. I guess that's almost like a disadvantage for the humans, though.
But I think I would take my 10 superhumans over 100 average guys. 100 average guys are getting fucked up.
I don't know about that, dude.
Well, here's a big thing. If it's cage, it almost changes everything. At one point, this gorilla, if you're like in the jungle, how I imagine, could climb a tree and do a cannonball.
Yeah,
Take
no
out
trees
like-
or
Yeah,
anything
there
like
can't be home court advantage here.
Okay.
I was thinking Lincoln Park Zoo.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the only gorilla I know.
But I think hypothetically, you would have to have like it wouldn't be a tag team. Like if they really wanted to, all 100 could storm them at once.
Yeah. I think it's the only way you could ever win with 100 people.
But
I think you circle them up and like you decoy them with the front guys and the back guys really charge at them.
I think it could just get.
But I
It could
think
take a wrong turn really quick. Like
if
just
you have
guys are
100
going crazy. Like and then pew,
If you have
he
100,
uses number 3 to smash number 6 in the head. Now it's all chaos. Everyone's running around like chickens with their heads off.
so if you have 100 average guys, how many are dying?
So many.
So I mean that guy's tweet thread went viral, and he was like the first 10 to 20 are getting squashed.
I love they're going to talk about what that gorilla going to do the first guy for generations.
Yeah, they said that guy's getting, and then like eventually like it'll tire out and.
Okay, but think
Goes too much.
about even like John Jones. What's your first move on a gorilla? Like punching it isn't going to do shit.
I think you got to go legs. You got to get Aaron Donald and somebody else to get the legs.
What, dude? You
Legs.
you want this?
Yeah, always go low. Low man wins no matter
Have
who
you
you're-
seen a gorilla's legs?
You got to get what would your first?
He's
Yes,
got
the
fucking
first
hands
move.
on his legs. He's
I
going to
think-
palm you with his foot.
I think the only way is like you have to accept that like you're gonna throw in 5 guys to just die while to distract them, and then
Yeah.
you use the other 95 guys to try to like suffocate them or something. How you
Hopefully
gonna
the
take out a
first
gorilla?
50 tire him out.
It's like the Jon Snow where he's in the Battle of the Bastards where he's just getting
Yeah.
suffocated.
That's kind of
Yeah.
how I picture it.
I don't know how you're gonna beat a gorilla. I guess their skin is way harder than ours. They're like they can lift like 3,000 to 5,000 pounds above their head. They have a strength to rip you in half. They have sharper teeth. Their bones are way more stronger than ours. They could like just punch and like
All right.
Donkey Kong you. Like how are
underestimate-
you gonna take them out?
I think a gorilla would fuck any of your 10 handpicked people up.
Yeah. And even think about little things. Like even if you wanted to get 3 guys on one leg, it's almost like when you have a 5th friend helping you move. And it's like you can't do anything. You're
Just
just watching
carrying
us
the-
move the couch.
Or just carrying the pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's going to be very awkward, like all trying to fight him at once. You're going to be bumping into each other and shit.
This guy wants the Expendables on.
Gorillas are between 300 and 500 pounds with 5 to 6.
Silverback. Nice try.
How big is a silverback?
Same thing. 4'11" to 6 foot.
Have you ever heard them bang on their chest?
Yeah,
It's like bongos. It's insane.
Yeah, but they do have soft spots. Like there are areas to gain an advantage.
where would those soft spots be? The eyeballs?
Nuts. But it's very hard to, like, how are you going to climb a gorilla to get to
Maybe
his
10
eyes?
guys with a perfect scouting report, sure.
Yeah,
But
that's what I mean. Like Aaron Donald.
But like not everyone's living.
Aaron Donald is.
Do you think if Aaron Donald grabbed a gorilla's leg, the gorilla would be able to just fling him off effortlessly?
I
But
kind of
it's
think
like
so.
you got to be getting them at the same time. So
Easier said
Donald
than done.
shoots a leg. The other guy shoots a leg. Then the other 8 guys get on top, and
But, like, best case scenario, those guys have to be completely in sync and, like,
yeah.
getting at both legs at the same time. Try doing that while this thing is already beating its chest, running around.
Yes. Everyone has to do their
You don't
job.
think that if John Jones gets him in a choke.
That if is huge. How is he going to get it?
And I kind of think a gorilla would not get like choked out by John Jones. I think a gorilla might be just way stronger than a human.
It's possible. I mean, it's not possible. It is true. I don't know. I kind of feel like 10 guys.
I'm those first 10 average guys, first 20. I'm going to say 20 of you are going to die. One of you needs to poke one of its eyes. Immediately.
You got to go for the eyes. Yes.
So that's all I have. Like, that's,
you need all
that's the only thing really putting damage on it from the start. Like, you have to wound him initially.
Yeah, and then you need to like somehow use like just the body weight of like 60 people, and then use your super team to try to like stomp his head below Muhammad style. That's what he said in the yak. Like that's the only way you're gonna do it. I don't know. It just feels tough.
Bilal Muhammad said that?
They asked him how on the yak. They asked him if he had to kill a man, how he would do it. And he goes, "Easy, I just stomp his head." Because it's kind of savage.
That's cut to
Yeah,
the
just
chase.
no hesitation.
It really is, bro. Chiefs, that's wild.
I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating silverbacks, but it's like I'm team human. I think humans can use their brains more than a gorilla can.
The big problem is you need everyone to be on the same page too, because
Correct.
you could like who's going to sign up to be.
I think it's easier to keep 10 guys on the same page than it is 100 people.
I don't know though. I think you look in the eyes of that gorilla and like.
Especially like what happens if it kills John Jones? What are Aaron Donald and these guys looking at each other like,
They're
you know?
fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, a simple slap ruins your whole game plan when he takes out like 2 people.
But
And you have to. Everyone's
we're
like,
talking about the best athletes human beings have to offer,
you
as
gotta
opposed
have
to
a
like
strategy.
if it's guys like us, the gorilla's killing as many of us as he wants.
Sure, but like you have 10 athletes and they all have to play a part in taking this gorilla down. He slaps one, he's unconscious. The whole game plan's over. Also, people are like, 100 humans. Not all 100 humans are going to be able to be touching this gorilla at once.
Correct.
Like how many people total could actually be fighting a gorilla
You'd
at
have
once?
to do the John. Like if you're.
So it's not.
plan is-
What I'm saying, it's not. It's like it's basically 10 humans at a time, if anything.
Then why not have your best 10?
So the others can at least tire him out.
And then you got a bench of 90 guys, you know? You have expendable 90 dudes.
That gorilla would fucking smoke you, dude.
He's smoking me for sure.
And your boys.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Mr. Beast is gonna set this up.
Honestly,
This should be like AI simulation should be able to do this. Like put the calculations in and let us watch the fight.
Mr. Beast should just make like a gorilla robot that would act exactly how a gorilla would act and make it just as strong.
be nice. Be nice. All right then. Anything else?
Nah.
All right, fun
Covered it
show.
all.
Fun show. That's it, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow. It's the head of the DEA Central, like Midwest Division. So tune into that, and then we'll see you next Tuesday for a draft.